in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 65 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hawkins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Lance looking to throw it. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Fields throw here into the hands of Harry. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Niners are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Lance. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Pull it together. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Catch is made by Harry. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Hey, check nigga. Black open.
From the 29, Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Check this. Red cycle.
Lance now on first down. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Hawkins.
And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give running right is Mitchell. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Hey, confused. Guard right.
Here's Lance. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 36 yards.
And the Niners have cut it back within a score.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37.
Fields on first down.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Off play action, Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Velus Jones making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now a play fake. Lance. He finds Kittle going across the field. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
He's crossing. He's checking.
A give here to Mitchell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A gain of 3, second down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Hawkins. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 42. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Trying the right side with Mitchell. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. On 2nd and 7, Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Hawkins. Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Now Gold for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marsette. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Striker, 3-3.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hawkins, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Lance finding Kittle, 1st down San Francisco. They'll look to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Lance back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marsette. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Now the point after try for Santos. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Here's Lance.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
One final try now for Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1 and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday.